Emmerdale spoilers follow. The following article contains discussion of sexual misconduct. Emmerdale has confirmed that Anthony Fox will be killed off next week. The evil villain is murdered after news of his crimes spreads around the village, leaving several suspects in the frame. A recent Emmerdale flashback episode revealed that Anthony sexually abused his daughter Ruby when she was a teenager. Ruby has kept this to herself for over 30 years, but this week's episodes see her husband Caleb and sister-in-law Chas both find out the truth. Next week, Chas is alarmed when she learns that Nicola King has left Anthony alone with her teenage daughter Angelica for a tutoring session. Chas warns Nicola that Anthony is a danger to children, so Nicola rushes home and orders him to leave. When Nicola reveals the reason for her sudden decision, Anthony turns physically threatening to her. Nicola's best friend Laurel Thomas, who had also hired Anthony as a tutor for her son Arthur, rushes in to intervene and knocks the villain unconscious with a candlestick. Later, the list of Anthony's potential enemies grows further when Chas reveals a horrifying truth to her brother Cain. Chas's son Emmerdale is also shaken to witness an unguarded interaction between Anthony and Ruby when Anthony thinks that nobody else is around to witness it. Caleb pulls up in the village and orders Anthony to get into his car, seemingly with a sinister plan in mind. The tense storyline comes to a head when a gunshot is fired and Anthony is later found dead. Ruby, Caleb, Chas, Aaron, Cain, Laurel, and Nicola all had reasons to want Anthony gone, but who killed him? Emmerdale spoilers. The shocking demise of Anthony Fox. Warning: this article discusses themes of sexual misconduct. In a dramatic turn of events, Emmerdale has announced the impending death of the notorious character Anthony Fox, set to unfold in the upcoming week. The villain's demise comes as the dark secrets of his past begin to unravel, leaving a trail of potential suspects in his wake. Recent flashback episodes have shed light on Anthony's heinous actions, revealing that he sexually abused his daughter Ruby during her teenage years. This traumatic experience has haunted Ruby for over 3 decades, but the truth is finally coming to light. In the latest episodes, both Ruby's husband, Caleb, and her sister-in-law, Chas, discover the painful reality of her past. As the tension escalates, Chas becomes increasingly alarmed upon learning that Nicola King has left her teenage daughter, Angelica, alone with Anthony for a tutoring session. Concerned for Angelica's safety, Chas urgently warns Nicola about Anthony's dangerous nature, prompting Nicola to rush home and confront him. When she demands that he leave, Anthony reacts with aggression, revealing his true colors. In a dramatic twist, Nicola's close friend, Laurel Thomas, who had also enlisted Anthony as a tutor for her son, Arthur, intervenes just in time. In a moment of desperation, Laurel strikes Anthony with a candlestick, knocking him unconscious and momentarily neutralizing the threat he poses. As the plot thickens, the list of individuals with motives to harm Anthony continues to grow. Chas, in a moment of revelation, shares a horrifying truth with her brother, Cain, further complicating the web of suspicions surrounding Anthony's fate. The tension reaches a boiling point when Emmerdale, Chas's son, witnesses a disturbing interaction between Anthony and Ruby, unaware that he is not alone. This encounter leaves Aaron shaken and adds to the mounting evidence against Anthony. Caleb, Ruby's husband, arrives in the village with a determined look, ordering Anthony to get into his car. The sinister undertones of this encounter suggest that Caleb may have a plan to confront Anthony about his past actions. The storyline culminates in a shocking climax when a gunshot rings out, and Anthony is later discovered dead. With Ruby, Caleb, Chas, Aaron, Cain, Laurel, and Nicola all harboring reasons to want Anthony out of the picture, the question remains: who is responsible for his murder? As the village grapples with the aftermath of Anthony's death, viewers are left on the edge of their seats, eagerly anticipating the unraveling of this gripping storyline. The complex interplay of relationships, secrets, and motivations promises to keep audiences engaged as the truth behind Anthony Fox's demise unfolds. Emmerdale spoilers: the shocking demise of Anthony Fox. In a gripping turn of events, Emmerdale has confirmed that the notorious character Anthony Fox will meet his end next week. This shocking development comes as the dark secrets of his past begin to surface, leaving a multitude of potential suspects in the wake of his impending demise. Recent flashback episodes have unveiled the harrowing truth about Anthony's past, revealing that he sexually abused his daughter, Ruby, during her experience has haunted Ruby for over 3 decades, and the weight of her secret has begun to take its toll. In the latest episodes, both Ruby's husband, Caleb, and her sister-in-law, Chas, stumble upon the painful reality of her past, igniting a chain reaction of events that will change the village forever. As the tension escalates, Chas becomes increasingly alarmed when she learns that Nicola King has left her teenage daughter, Angelica, alone with Anthony for a tutoring session. Concerned for Angelica's safety, Chas urgently warns Nicola about Anthony's dangerous nature, emphasizing that he poses a significant threat to children. This revelation sends Nicola into a panic, prompting her to rush home and confront Anthony, demanding that he leave her home immediately. When Nicola reveals the reason for her sudden decision, Anthony's demeanor shifts dramatically. He turns physically threatening, showcasing the sinister side of his character that has long been hidden beneath a facade of charm. In a desperate bid to protect her daughter, Nicola stands her ground, but the confrontation takes a dangerous turn. Just as the situation escalates, Nicola's close friend, Laurel Thomas, bursts onto the scene. Laurel, who had also hired Anthony as a tutor for her son, Arthur, quickly assesses the situation and realizes the danger that Anthony poses. In a moment of sheer instinct, she grabs a candlestick and strikes Anthony, knocking him unconscious and temporarily neutralizing the threat he represents. However, the drama doesn't end there. As the village grapples with the implications of Anthony's actions, the list of individuals with motives to harm him continues to grow. Chas, in a moment of revelation, shares a horrifying truth with her brother, Cain, further complicating the web of suspicions surrounding Anthony's fate. The revelation not only deepens the emotional stakes for the characters involved, but also raises questions about justice and accountability. Meanwhile, Aaron Dingle, Chas's son, is left shaken after witnessing an unguarded interaction between Anthony and Ruby. Unbeknownst to him, this moment is fraught with tension and unspoken pain, as Anthony's predatory nature becomes all too apparent. Aaron's growing concern for Ruby adds another layer of complexity to the unfolding drama, as he grapples with the implications of his mother's revelations. As the plot thickens, Caleb arrives in the village with a determined look, ordering Anthony to get into his car. The sinister undertones of this encounter suggest that Caleb may have a plan to confront Anthony about his past actions and protect his family from further harm. The tension between the two men is palpable, and viewers are left wondering what Caleb's intentions truly are. The storyline reaches a boiling point when a gunshot rings out, shattering the fragile peace in the village. In the aftermath, Anthony is discovered dead, leaving the community in shock and disbelief. With Ruby, Caleb, Chas, Aaron, Cain, Laurel, and Nicola all harboring reasons to want Anthony out of the picture, the question looms large: who is responsible for his murder? As the village grapples with the fallout from Anthony's death, the emotional ramifications for each character become increasingly apparent. Ruby, burdened by the weight of her past, must confront the reality of her father's actions and the impact they have had on her life. Caleb, torn between his love for Ruby and his desire for justice, faces a moral dilemma that could change the course of his life forever. Chas, as a protective mother, is driven by her instinct to shield her family from harm, while Aaron wrestles with feelings of helplessness and anger. Laurel, having taken a stand against Anthony, must come to terms with the consequences of her actions, and Nicola grapples with the guilt of having put her daughter in danger. As the investigation into Anthony's death unfolds, the village will be forced to confront the uncomfortable truths about abuse, accountability, and the lengths to which people will go to protect their loved ones. The complex interplay of relationships, secrets, and motivations promises to keep audiences engaged as the truth behind Anthony Fox's demise unravels. In the coming weeks, viewers can expect a roller coaster of emotions as the characters navigate the aftermath of this shocking event. With each revelation, the stakes will rise, and the question of who killed Anthony will become increasingly intertwined with the characters' personal journeys. As the village of Emmerdale grapples with the consequences of Anthony's actions and the impact of his death, one thing is certain: nothing will.